Welcome to MU, Mystery Unveiled, where the mysteries of the world are revealed through a magical and captivating lens. On December 5th, 2024, a powerful 7.0 magnitude earthquake suddenly struck off the coast of California, USA. The epicenter was deep in the Pacific Ocean, south of Eureka, approximately 500 kilometers northwest of Sacramento. Its immense force shook a vast area of Northern California, with tremors felt clearly in San Francisco, over 400 kilometers away, for a few terrifying seconds. What is happening here? Could this be the warning from the past that Edgar Cayce once spoke of? Those haunting prophecies about seismic upheavals on the west coast of the United States. Immediately following the quake, an emergency tsunami warning was issued, affecting over 5.3 million people from Monterey Bay to as far north as Oregon. Authorities urged residents to evacuate coastal areas and move to higher, safer ground. Entire cities quickly initiated precautionary evacuations, reigniting memories of the devastating 7.1 magnitude Ridgecrest earthquake in 2019. What we are witnessing is not merely a geological event, but a stark reminder. How much time do we have left to prepare before an even greater disaster strikes? Today, let's dive into one of the most enigmatic and mesmerizing stories of all time. The extraordinary prophecies of Edgar Cayce, also known as the Sleeping Prophet. He foretold massive geological changes, catastrophic floods, and even the dawn of a new era filled with hope and renewal for humanity. What makes Cayce's predictions resonate so strongly even today, standing the test of time? What can we learn from his warnings to better prepare for the future? Get ready, because we are about to embark on a magical journey where the past and present intertwine to unlock the greatest mysteries of the earth and ourselves. Let's begin. If you enjoy this topic, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to continue exploring these profound mysteries with us. When you step into the world of Edgar Cayce, you'll discover not just warnings, but also timeless lessons, guiding humanity on how to overcome adversity and move toward a brighter future. From earth-shattering natural disasters to the spiritual awakening of humankind, Cayce painted an inspiring picture of the journey we may face. Let's dive into this incredible tale, where each prophecy carries a message for the present and the future. Edgar Cayce was born on March 18, 1877, in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, USA, and was said to possess the extraordinary ability to predict the future and offer healing solutions through self-induced hypnotic trances. Over the course of his life, Cayce performed more than 14,000 readings, covering topics such as health, spirituality, and prophecies about the future. From a young age, Cayce showed signs of his unusual gift. At age 7, he claimed to see and speak to the spirit of his deceased grandfather, an event that marked the beginning of his lifelong connection to the supernatural. At 13, after suffering an accident that caused him to lose his voice, Cayce turned to hypnosis as a last resort. While in a hypnotic state, he diagnosed himself and proposed a cure. Miraculously, his voice returned after waking up. This event not only restored his voice, but also opened the door to his prophetic and healing abilities. Throughout his life, Cayce performed thousands of readings, including some of his most famous predictions. Cayce repeatedly warned of the fragility of America's West Coast, particularly California. He predicted, massive earthquakes will strike along the West Coast. Cities like Los Angeles and San Francisco will suffer immense destruction and may even disappear beneath the sea. These words have often been associated with the San Andreas Fault, one of the most dangerous fault lines in the world. According to scientists, the fault is accumulating an enormous amount of seismic energy, which could trigger the big one, a catastrophic earthquake capable of devastating the entire state of California. But Cayce's warnings did not stop at the West Coast. He also spoke about New York, predicting that the city would face severe geological upheaval, potentially leading to flooding or complete submersion. With sea levels rising due to climate change, these words now seem eerily prescient. What makes Cayce's predictions unique is his perspective on natural disasters, not merely as physical phenomena, but as consequences of humanity's moral and spiritual decline. Cayce believed, when people stray from spiritual values and live in greed, selfishness, and apathy, the earth will respond as a form of cleansing and warning. This view has sparked discussions among spiritualists who suggest that humanity's disregard for life, such as the high rates of abortion in California and New York, may contribute to a spiritual imbalance reflected in natural calamities. Interestingly, Edgar Cayce was not alone in his warnings about humanity's moral and spiritual decline. Another prominent figure who echoed similar concerns was Marie-Julie Jenny, a 19th-century Catholic mystic from France. Known for her visions and prophecies, Jenny spoke of an ominous, sinful era, a time when humanity would gradually lose its sensitivity to the sanctity of life. She described a future where acts that were once considered unthinkable, such as abortion, would become not only accepted, but normalized as a part of societal progress. Marie-Julie's visions painted a troubling picture of humanity's moral decay, a world where compassion and responsibility were replaced by indifference and self-justification. She foresaw that as people distanced themselves from spiritual values and respect for life, they would enter an age of confusion, division, and inner emptiness. Her warnings were not simply about the physical act of ending life, but about the deeper spiritual consequences, a crisis of conscience that would slowly erode the very foundation of human connection, leaving society fragmented and morally adrift. Fast forward to the 1960s, a period marked by sweeping social and legal changes across Western nations, including the widespread legalization of abortion. Suddenly, what Jenny had foreseen decades earlier seemed to materialize with startling clarity. Her words began to resonate with those who recognized a fundamental shift in humanity's outlook on life. The debate surrounding this issue, between personal freedom and the value of life, has remained deeply polarizing ever since. In today's world, terms like women's right to choose are often championed as cornerstones of progress, empowerment, and individual freedom. On the surface, they symbolize liberation and equality. But if we look deeper, we are faced with an uncomfortable question. Is the termination of life, no matter how justified, truly the right path forward? While society praises autonomy and choice, the ethical and spiritual implications of such decisions often remain unexamined. Have we reached a point where convenience and self-interest have blinded us to the larger consequences of our actions? What makes this dilemma even more unsettling is its connection to Edgar Cayce's warnings. Cayce, like Jenny, believed that humanity's disregard for moral and spiritual values would not go unnoticed. He suggested that as people continue to make choices that disrupt the natural order, both physically and spiritually, nature would respond. In his prophecies, Cayce described a world increasingly plagued by natural disasters, which he saw as both a physical manifestation of Earth's imbalance and a symbolic call for humanity to awaken. Modern science is now beginning to align with some of Cayce's predictions. Rising global temperatures caused by human activity are accelerating polar ice melt, which in turn is driving sea levels to rise at an alarming rate. Coastal cities such as Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, and Miami, once symbols of human achievement, are now on the front lines of potential devastation. Cayce's words about these very regions seem almost prophetic in hindsight. Combined with the increasing frequency of earthquakes, hurricanes, and other extreme weather events, it becomes hard to ignore the urgency of these warnings. However, Cayce's prophecies were not messages of doom. They carried within them a profound sense of hope. He saw natural disasters not as acts of punishment, but as opportunities for renewal and reflection. To Cayce, these challenges were a way for humanity to reconnect with what truly matters: nature, spirituality, and each other. He urged people to embrace values such as compassion, kindness, unity, and a deeper awareness of their impact on the world. The choices we make today shape the world of tomorrow. Cayce once said, "This timeless message reminds us that we are not passive victims of fate, but active participants in shaping our collective future." Each decision we make, whether on an individual or societal level, has consequences that ripple through time. If we continue to prioritize selfish desires over the well-being of humanity and the planet, we risk pushing ourselves further toward the brink. Yet, Cayce believed that by choosing love, responsibility, and spiritual awakening, humanity could not only avoid the worst, but also thrive in a new era of harmony and understanding. In the end, the legacies of Edgar Cayce and Marie-Julie Jenny transcend mere predictions. They serve as powerful calls to action. Their warnings challenge us to look inward, question our choices, and strive to become better stewards of the life we have been given. They remind us that while we cannot change the past, we hold the power to reshape the future through our actions, our values, and our willingness to reconnect with what is truly sacred. Thank you for joining MU Mystery Unveiled on this profound journey through time, prophecy, and reflection. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with more extraordinary explorations. What do you think about Edgar Cayce's and Marie-Julie Jenny's prophecies? Are we living in the era they warned about, and can we still change our destiny? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious, stay reflective, and I'll see you in the next video.